seen it.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt with Shannon
Roberta
Salmon-Haas. And because this is the fourth segment, this is our legacy segment.
And now, it's time for the Talk Law Radio Legacy Spotlight. What's your legacy? Sponsored by Marquardt Law Firm.
Marquardt Law Firm sponsors the show, and because Marquardt Law Firm focuses on last wills, living trusts, and tax-protected inheritance plans, we like to talk about legacy.
Oh.
Singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly.
So that's not the Fugees.
No.
That's Roberta Flack.
Yeah, good song.
So she passed away recently, and this is part of her legacy.
Yeah.
She performed that song in 1973, and she won a Grammy for Record of the Year and Best Female Pop Vocal Performance.
Yeah. I think I read she was 88.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty phenomenal legacy. She won those awards. People remember her for that.
That song really resonated with a lot of people. There's something really magical about that song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I only listened to the Fugees version before today.
Oh, yeah.
So look up Roberta Flack on YouTube and search for Killing Me Softly. It's a great song.
Yeah.
I thought you'd really like that we incorporated it into the show.
I did.
Okay.
Did my face not express that?
You were all passionate about how bad it was for President Lincoln to challenge Justice Taney way back in 1857.
Yeah.
Or was it 1861? It was 1861. And then I play this old song that makes you just want to sway.
Uh-huh.
And so I feel like it deflated your passion for stopping the executive branch from.
I need to be deflated. Yeah, yeah. I need to calm down.
So, in addition to the Roberta Flack, I also wanted to give you a chance to talk about the movie on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Because this is legacy-ish.
Okay.
Talking about that movie and the charity that's going to benefit from the premiere. So just tell us what you know.
Well, you told everything already.
No, you can tell them the what and the how.
Well, it's tomorrow night, and so maybe I can put a link somewhere, maybe on the Facebook, but there's a tiny home village in town called Town Twin Village, and they are doing amazing work where they're transforming lives. And so if I know you have a little bit of a conservative slant, so I would want everyone to know that these are people that it's kind of like you've been screened already. You know, if you're in this, receiving this help, you're not using alcohol, you're not using drugs, it's not somebody that is thinking, I'm just going to not work and live off of somebody else. So they have to contribute. And I promise you, if you went over there and took a tour, you would just be bawling at the beauty of the way they are transforming lives over there. And it's small. It's not a huge operation, but they will, they're very open, and you would just feel it the minute you walk in.
So it's like a neighborhood.
It is.
Homes.
Yes, it is. It is a neighborhood.
And people without a home can move in.
Yes, they move in. And I'm probably not doing a good job of explaining it, but it's people that really would not be working anyway, if that makes any sense.
I think there's an age.
Yeah, there's an age limit, and there were people with disabilities, so they have a lot of requirements that have to be met. And then in addition to that, they still work with the Texas Workforce Commission, so if they are able to work, then they'll be doing that.
They can be greeters at Walmart or something like that.
I don't know what would be
Okay.
done, but it's definitely not something that, I think any one of your listeners would just be overwhelmed with emotion at the power of community and helping others. It's a very beautiful place. Go tour and you'll just feel it instantly. So they're having this movie.
Well, say the name of the place again.
Town Twin Village, and they're over there on Dietrich Road, and town has an E on the end of it. And so everybody is very uneasy about this loss of federal funding. Everybody's on edge. So they're super excited because this is something, completely private where they're going to be able to get some funds from this movie. I think it's Baldwin, one of the Baldwins.
Yeah.
And, there were some pretty big stars in this movie, and half of the proceeds are going to be going to them and other nonprofits like that. So everybody's very, very excited about it. And the premiere is tomorrow night. The Town Twin Village gets to premiere at one day earlier than the national premiere.
And so this is a movie called
No Address.
No Address.
Yeah.
And anybody can go.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
they get a ticket.
Right. It's in town.
And I think you can get a ticket online
Correct.
if you just search for Town Twin Village, No Address.
Yeah, that is correct. That's how you can just Google that and it'll come up. But bigger than that, bigger than this one event, you find out what they're doing and get involved and support this amazing organization.
Cool. And so how did you become so passionate about people with no address?
I've been homeless before. Is that
what
you were getting at?
That would raise the level of passion, yes.
Yeah. So I know that it can happen to anyone because I didn't, I wasn't born thinking, wow, gee, I really would love to not have a permanent home someday,
Right.
And I wasn't.
Well, let me play devil's advocate now. I've heard the opinion out there, not mine, from other people, just talking on the street with the people.
Yeah.
They say homeless people choose to be homeless.
Well, I have heard that. I've heard that before.
Otherwise, they would go to Haven for Hope or
Right.
the Salvation Army or someplace.
I think there are probably, if you make a broad statement like that, I bet you could go out and find some people that choose.
But not all of them.
And then even if they're making that choice, if there's, an addiction problem or a mental illness that is fueling that choice, how can you really say? It's kind of hard to believe somebody would literally want to sleep on a street when they could have a nice bed,
Right. Well, and Will Smith in that movie, Pursuit of Happiness, he didn't want to be living on the street. Did you ever see the movie?
I didn't.
Oh, it's terrific.
I have seen that scene for some reason. I have in my head, he had his little boy and they found a little a stairwell, and he had to tell his son, some little story.
They spent the night in a restroom,
Yeah.
just like a public restroom, but you could go inside and lock the door.
Right.
And there would be people banging on it. And
Yeah.
he would just try and cuddle with his son. But
Right.
there's more to it. I won't spoil the movie for you because you really do need to see it.
That's too sad. I don't want to see sad things. There's too much. I just want light stuff.
Okay.
I went over to Haven for Hope. Did you know that was where I had texted you that picture from? I was at Haven for Hope.
No.
There were people there with their work uniform on, where you could tell that they had a minimum wage job, but they were there.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That was a place for them to stay.
Right. And so thank God for them. They're doing amazing work. And
Right. And at Haven, they can give you some job training and some counseling and some social work.
I'm not in on all the
I
details.
think they do.
My understanding is that if you want to, they have everything for you and they can really help you turn your life around. And then the people that work there have a lived experience. So they really are not going to judge you and they understand.
So go see the movie No Address with one of the Baldwins.
I think.
Well, there's so many of them. And they're all good actors.
It doesn't really matter anyway. The lesser Baldwin.
Well, tell us about how it is. I'm not going to get to go see it tomorrow, but you are. So when we meet again, maybe a week from Saturday, maybe we'll get to talk about it.
Yeah.
But the movie's going to keep playing. I mean, you're just going to see the premiere.
Right.
So people can still go after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is just like an event for the
For the twin twin
You know,
village.
I keep doing that too. It's Town Twin Village. But for some reason in my head, I keep putting the twin first.
Yeah, and it's a local organization that put it together. It's funded and worked and supported probably mostly by locals. I'm just generalizing, but that's how you heard about it.
And then IKEA did go build their tiny home, the prototype, the very first one. We have the only one that
Okay.
they're thinking of launching the tiny home, so they donated one, and we have the only one like in the whole country by IKEA. It was so cute.
So the rest of the homes are
They're
built by hand?
Yes, they're tiny homes, but that IKEA one really, you could tell that was the IKEA one. It was very pretty.
I see a lot of projects like that on my Facebook feed
Really?
where people make a small home. They have these Legos that are like bricks, but they fit like Legos. And so you could build a home structure very quickly.
For a real house to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't trust everything I see on Facebook, but it looked like it to me.
Yeah, I bet that's the wave of the future. We're probably going to be living in
Legos.
tiny homes. No, tiny homes.
Built with wood beams or Lego bricks. Well, that's the end of the show, Shannon.
Oh, I had so much fun.
I did too.
Like usual.
Yeah. Can you remember everything that we talked about?
All I remember is chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas, federal funding freeze, enforcing government or judicial orders. We forgot to talk about religion and immigration enforcement, so we'll have to pick up there later because free exercise of religion is very important to me. Enforcing the immigration laws is important to this president, and so we'll have to talk about it later.
Okay, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the Ten Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.